Welcome back to the EntreConnect channel where we talk business, small business and marketing and basically everything in between. There's not a huge amount in between. We talk business, small business and marketing. Today we're going to be talking about marketing, most importantly advertising for your small business. I'd like to challenge you to go 5 minutes without seeing an advert. I bet you can't do it unless you keep watching this video because we're not currently monetized. So if you go and click that subscribe button, you might get us a little bit closer to doing that. Also, like the video, all that good stuff, and we'll get straight into it, shall we? Today I'm going to be talking about 3 creative ways for you to market your small business on a budget. Now, I'm sure if you're coming across this and you're actually looking for active ways to promote your business, you've probably seen people talking about social media this, social media that, video production, everything in that realm. They're not wrong, but I want to go bigger, and I want to go for something that's really going to push your name out there by doing something truly creative. So the first one on my list is QR codes. Sounds really simple, sounds very uncreative, but wait a second. Using a QR code excites curiosity. What you can do is basically print out posters or stickers or something like that, which don't cost a lot of money. Get your QR code on there and link them to whatever game, activity, product, video you're trying to sell. The thing is, people will see a QR code, and if it's got something relatively interesting next to it, they'll probably scan it. Everyone can at the moment. You can go on Snapchat or even just your normal camera, and you can scan the QR code and go straight to where you need to be. It brings the real world and the online world into one, and it means you can actually go and put up your posters or stickers with your QR code on it in places where you believe your target market might sit. For example, if you're a crafter of some description, whether you make jewelry or clothing or crochet items or anything like that, you can go to a craft fair. If you go to a craft fair, you can basically put up your stickers, your posters with that QR code, and the people who buy crafts or make crafts, who are likely to be your target market, will then be the ones scanning that code. You can attach it to a pop-up shop, you can attach it to anything, and honestly, it's a creative and it brings about curiosity about your brand. It also brings people straight to you instead of them having to find you themselves. Number 2 is guerrilla marketing. That's gorilla with a U and 2 R's. No one thought it was gorilla with 2 R's. Basically, this means getting out on the street and promoting your product. If you get out on the street, you can let people truly experience your product, whether it's a food stuff and you can do a taste test with people comparing you versus a big brand. If you sell clothing, you can get out on the street and actually let people feel the materials you're using, understand your branding. Not only that, but if you do pop-ups, you can film them and use them as a more viral campaign online on social media. Look at brands like Carlsberg, Coke. Carlsberg had their billboards up which had a beer pump on them. Coke do taste tests against Pepsi and vice versa to try and prove they're the best. It's all well and good seeing them on the TV, but if you experience them in real life, you're much more likely to actually go and have a Coke if you think they're better. It might bring a few people to that level of brand loyalty that, as I said last week, is so fickle nowadays. So that's number 2. The third and final one is the flash mob. Now, I know you've probably seen films where flash mobs are this big thing. You've got to do it in New York and it's got to be in one of those big areas where everybody is. It's got to be highly organised and things like that. Technically, you'd be right, but what I'm deciding as a flash mob is actually just taking advantage of people's curiosity and playfulness in the real world. I'm going to take an example of the New York Truth or Dare game. Now, if you don't know what that is, basically a woman decided that people in New York don't interact with each other enough. Fair enough, it's probably true. It's the same in London. If you go on the tube, nobody talks to each other, nobody cares about what you're thinking. It's actually normally the Americans who are the ones who talk. What this woman did was she basically got sheets of paper and on $23 managed to print out and stick Truth or Dare games around, I believe, Central Park. So while I didn't fancy doing the research when I was recording this, now I'm editing it, I did, and it's actually Washington Square Park, not Central Park. We're incredibly professional here at EntreConnect and we love doing research. She then invited people to post videos of them telling their truth or doing their dare to a Twitter profile that was created specifically for Truth or Dare New York. She got people involved in the game through social media and basically created her own viral marketing campaign for a Truth or Dare game. She wasn't even trying to market any sort of product, but she basically did. This sort of thing puts a positive spin on your brand. It's playful, it gets people involved, and it could have a viral impact on your ability to sell, your customer base, and the brand loyalty of those customers. So if you can get out there and create a game, create something interesting, you can do it on a budget. Honestly, it's one of the best ways to truly show your personality within your brand. The overall tip I give for all three of these options is to go different. Try and be a little bit spontaneous with what you're doing. Utilize social media and throw yourself into it. If you provide that level of confidence, you can truly create a viral, creative marketing strategy on a very small budget. And those are our 3 creative marketing tips for you to use for your small business on a budget. Get out there, get involved, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you or your small business very soon.